Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rebecca. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve Cambridge IGCSE ICT practical exam question. This is February-March 2025 and we are going to focus on spreadsheet task. Okay, so we go to task 1. Create a new word process document. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. And save this evidence document in your work area as M25 underscore followed by your center number and candidate number. Okay, so we're going to create a Word document. Okay, we insert header to have our candidate details. Have your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, and then we're going to save this in our followed by candidate number and center number. Save this in Word document format and then save. Task 2. Create a new folder called Plaster. Locate only the following files and store them in your Plaster folder. So we're going to create a new folder called Plaster. Okay, and we need to locate these files. Const logo plaster plaster, const logo plaster plaster, and spec text, and then we move them to this folder. Display the content of your Plaster folder, showing the folder name, all file names, file extensions, file sizes, frame height, width, and image dimensions. Take a screenshot of this folder, making sure that the required information is clearly visible. Place this screenshot in your evidence document. So we need to display the content details. Okay, so click on content. So we have the name, the file type, the extension, we have the size. So, and this is the name of the folder. Now we can take a screenshot. Okay, and this will be placed in our evidence document, and this will be evidence 1. Okay, display the okay, we're done with that. Now, task 3. You will create a web page for the Tawara construction website. Create in your Plaster folder a web page called M25 Plaster. Okay, so we're going to open web expression. And then create an HTML file. Okay, so this will be saved as okay, we need to ensure that we are saving in the correct folder. Okay. Okay, this web page must be created using a single table and work in all browsers. The table must be centered, aligned, and fit 95% of the browser window. This table must have a structure as shown in this diagram. Okay, so for us to create the table, we need to know how many rows and columns we have. So what we just do is you need to extend every line we see, extend it to the end, and then we count how many rows and columns. So we have 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, so let's create that. So we go to table, insert. We have 3 rows and we have 4 columns. And the question says it fits 95% of the browser window. So we need to make it fit 95%. Okay, so now we're done with that. Now this is the time to now merge the cells. So for the row 1, all the cells in row 1 are merged. So select them, right click, modify, merge cells, and label it. Okay, 2 cells are merged here. And then another 2 cells merged. And then we label the other cells D. Okay, each table cell is identified with a letter which must not appear on your final web page. Table and cell borders must appear on the final web page. Okay, let's just save and view our web page in a browser. Okay, this is what our web page looks like. Okay, place in cell A the image M25 logo in cell A. Okay, remove the letter, insert, and then put the text logo. Set the width of this image to 100% of the cell size. Okay, so we go to the code and then the width of the image. So we need to remove the height and then just adjust the width to be 100%. Place in cell B video and source tags to display this file. Okay, to display this file. Okay, in cell B. Okay, so remove the letter and then open the video tag. Okay, now in the video tag, it says, the question says, make sure controls are visible and the video loops when played. Okay, the controls are visible. So type controls and then it loops. Now we will use the source tag. So the file name is M25 plastic. Okay, just to be sure if the file name is correct, M25 plastic. Okay. Display an automated okay, we are not done with this. Okay, so we need to identify the file type. It's a video and it's an MP4 file format. And then we close. Now we need to have the error message. Okay, so the error message would be the browser does not support this video type. Okay, so I'm going to save and then try to view. Okay, so we have the video. Place in cell C the text from the file M25 text. So we open the file and we copy the text. And then place this in cell C. Okay, apply the paragraph style to this text. Enter in cell D the text specialist plastering in cell D. Enter in cell E the text order construction. Enter in cell F the text contact us. Enter in cell G the text edited by, okay, followed by a space, your name, center number, and candidate number. Space, your name, center number, and candidate number. Apply the style H2 to all the text in these cells. So we're going to apply style H2 to all. Okay. Make the text specialist plastering a link to open the web page M25 spec in a new window called blank. Okay, so we're going to select the text. Okay, right click, hyperlink. So it needs to open the web page called blank, the web page called spec. Okay, we can just browse the folders just to ensure that we are in the right folder. Okay, and then we need to set the target frame to new window. Okay, that's done. Make the text order construction a link to open the web page const. Okay, order construction, select. Hyperlink. Okay, that's done. Make the contact us a link to open an email editor. To prepare an email to this email with the subject more information, please. So contact us, hyperlink. So this has to open an email, the subject. So the email will be tawara.construction at cambridge.org. Okay, that's done. Okay, you will create a new external style sheet for the website. All color codes must be displayed in hexadecimal. Your style sheet must not contain HTML or scripting language. Create a new style sheet to meet the following specifications. So let's create a new style sheet first. Okay, place a comment at the start of the style sheet to contain your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, so at the beginning, we want to have our candidate details. Set a style for tables so that they are centered aligned in the browser window. So we're going to create a new style. Okay, a new style called table, and we are going to make the margin. Okay, left and right will be auto for it to be centered aligned. Okay, so we have auto, and then set the table and cell borders so that they are white, visible, and 2 pixels. They are white, visible, and 2 pixels. Okay, so to do that, we need to have a new style for table TD. Okay, so the border color is white. Okay, and it is visible and 2 pixels. Visible and 2 pixels. So visible, so let's just make it visible, make it solid, and then 2 pixels. Okay, I need this to be separate, so I will just remove this and then type the other one. Well, let's see, solid. So I'm going to type the border width. Okay, the border width is 2 pixels. Okay, save this as an external cascading style sheet in your plaster folder with the file name. Okay, so we're going to save with this name plaster followed by your center number, candidate number. Okay, so we're going to save this in the same folder. Followed by your center number and candidate number. Okay, take a screenshot to show the file name and all the content of the style sheet. Place this in your evidence document. Make sure the file name and all content are clearly visible. Okay, so we need to screenshot here. Okay, ensure our file name is visible and the content. And then we place this in our evidence document. Okay, attach the style sheet plaster to the web page created in step 2. Okay, so we need to attach the style sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the browser and view this. Okay. Okay, Attach the style sheet saved in step 8 to this web page so that it has higher priority than M25 cluster. So basically, if we want a style sheet to be of higher priority, since we are attaching it last, then definitely it will automatically apply as the higher priority. It will automatically apply as higher priority. So we will just do the same thing: format, attach style sheet. Okay, we can save. Okay, so if we go back to the question at the beginning, it says table and cell borders must appear on the final web page. And if we, check our web page, we cannot see the border lines. Okay, it's not visible. It's not visible. Okay, so what I would do is I will just go to the table border, to the table tag, and then put border and then add one, and let's see if that will work. Okay, so that works. So we have the table lines visible. Okay, says table and cell borders must appear. So if it does not work for you, you just come here and type the border one, and you should be able to see the table and cell borders. Okay, save your web page. Take a copy of your HTML source and place this in your evidence document. Okay, so we'll take our HTML and then place this in our evidence document. Okay, display your web page in a browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen, all text can be easily read, and the address bar is visible. Take a screenshot evidence showing your web page in the browser. Place this in your evidence document. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this. Okay, this is fine. And then take a screenshot. Take a screenshot and then place this in your evidence documents as evidence 4. And that's it for web authoring task. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.